Hello, Yara. Welcome. Good morning, good evening, whatever it is that you are watching now, and welcome to Life Bloom Community. And today we're gonna talk about our priorities and how they're affecting our relationships, our health, with the relationship with our kids, the partner, with friends, and how to set boundaries and understand the meaning of priorities that are healthy for us. So, Yara, how are you today?
Good, tired. Speaking of priorities, gonna get to it in a bit. Tired today.
Okay, before we
Yeah,
start, maybe you'll introduce us.
yeah. So for all the women, the lovely women, the moms who are now listening to us, we are Rakefet and Yara, two actual biological sisters, co-creators of Life Bloom Community, which is a community that is here to help moms who are on the path of self-growth and awareness go from a life of burnout, putting themselves last, and constant guilt to a life of joy, of balance, of self fulfillment, and just a life they are happy to wake up to every morning. And if that's you, welcome. We're very happy to have you here. And every week on this live stream, we dive into the topics that we all, as moms, are worried about, that we all go through. So today, our priorities. What an important topic, because our priorities are everything in everywhere in life. And I think that like a really important like title or line that I have in my head every time I think about priorities is that even when we think we don't choose, we choose. Not
Definitely.
choosing is choosing, even if
Yeah.
we feel like we're not actively doing it. So let's dive into priorities and how it actually builds the life that we live our everyday.
Yeah. And I think you started by saying that many times we don't even notice that we prioritize things because we think that we didn't choose that. It's something that we had
Yeah.
to do. So I think maybe we'll start from that. I think that as women, and especially moms, we have so many things that we take care of. We juggle so many. If it's our motherhood, it's career, it's the relationships that we have with our partner, with also with friends, family members like our parents. Not just our kids. We have a lot of things on our mind, and while we're doing all of it, we also want to take care of ourselves. And many times we don't even notice that we prioritize everything else over our own needs because they are all very, very important things for us. Because if I will ask a mother, what is the most important thing in your life, she probably will immediately say something like my kids. Okay, because it's in our hearts. They are in our hearts all the time, in our minds all the time, even if we don't want to think about them at that moment because we want to take care of something else. We still feel them, we still think about them. And we try, many times we try to say, okay, yeah, I love my kids, but I understand that I need to take care of myself. But then we might even go to a class, and then if someone will call us from school and say, listen, your kid is not feeling well, we'll not walk into the class. We'll immediately go back to the car and go and pick him. So we all the time do those deciding where to put ourselves in compared to other things in our life, and the other things most of the time wins because
Mm.
we do understand that they are important to us, and they should be. But I think this is the beginning. I mean, we are overwhelmed, we have a lot on our heads, a lot on our shoulders, and we don't even notice that we choose other things over ourselves.
Yes, and also I want to touch on, prioritizing other things. I mean, not prioritizing things like our relationship, for example. So if we are very accustomed to taking care of our kids and to taking care of the house, but sometimes we forget about actually giving time, attention, effort to the
The rest.
partnership that we live in, the romantic relationship that we live in, and we forget the importance of that relationship and the way that relationship is is alive and how it builds the house, the energy in the house, how our children, what they learn about a connection between a man and a woman and a woman, whichever it is that their parents are.
Loving relationship.
A loving relationship, yeah. And it's just that we get very often in the overwhelm of day to day caught in what has to happen in this long to do list that we have. And we forget the things that sometimes, maybe number one, it's easy to forget. Maybe, it's all good. My relationship is great. So I can put that aside. But do I really want to put that aside? And how would it make me feel? How would it
How would affect
build
also
the relationship? The
it's okay now,
relationship.
doesn't mean it's going to be okay if I'm going to put it aside. I mean, in a few months it might
Exactly.
not be the same.
Exactly. And also, what kind of life do I want to live? Right? I think, I mean, it's not just when I put myself last in the to-do list, that's one type of priorities. But another type of priority is looking at what kind of life I want to create. What do I need to do right now in order to create this life? Because it's not just, putting food on the table, getting my kids to school, getting them to wear clean clothes. It's also building a life, a physical life. Maybe it's in the house, maybe it's in the health, maybe whatever it is that we want to put our energy into. If we don't prioritize that, it's not going to happen. It's not going to magically appear if we don't actually be active on creating that kind of life.
And you said that if the relationship is good, and immediately I thought, like, when my relationship, not just with my partner, also with friends and with family, is good, it really nourishes me. It gives me so much strength to deal with the overwhelming other topics in our lives. So really taking care of that relationship, like with you, my sister, and with my best friends and with my husband, and knowing that when I'm sharing and when I'm having the time to have a conversation, a deep conversation, not just hi, how are you doing, how's your day, like, to going deep, like with mom. So it gives me so much energy, so much strength. It gives me also a different perspective about the things that
Mm,
I'm going through. And I think that if you look at it like in a different direction, you can really see that this relationship, taking care of this relationship and prioritizing them, is actually giving me more strength to
mm,
deal with other things. So it nourished me, and then it also helped me to have more patience with my kids, to find new solutions to all the things, like
yeah,
understand that I don't need to be all the time there for them, but also when I have more strength from other things that nourish me, it can also be like, going for a walk and something. And then I come back as a different mom. I'm a
mm,
different mother when I have that time for myself. And
yeah,
I
definitely.
we are afraid. Maybe I think about myself in different times in life that I thought, like, if I would have said to someone that I know that don't prioritize herself, I have a certain person in my mind that don't prioritize herself, and I will tell her, yeah, I just went for Pilates, and she's like, and your kids, who is with your kids right now? And I'll say, like, I brought a babysitter for 1 hour so I can go
Mm,
and do that. So I know that she will, like, tell me off that it's not good. Why they do that? And I brought my kids to be with them, and yeah, I did. But at the same time, I came back after that 1 hour with so much energy,
mhm,
feeling so good about myself, feeling better about my body too, because obviously it affects the way I look, the way I feel, the energy that I have. I was eating healthier because I was practicing and I wanted to do that. So it gave me so much more when I came back after 1 hour and seeing that I'm a different person, because
yeah.
I was able to say, yeah, this is my time now. And you know what I'm thinking about now, because you have one baby and he's 1 year and a half already. And I remember that when I had my first daughter, that it was so difficult at the beginning
Hmm.
to
Yeah.
prioritize self again.
Hmm.
Maybe you want to share it from your perspective because you are close to that still.
I can tell you that it took me a very, very long time to, because also of breastfeeding, because I'm breastfeeding still when he's 1.5, but for the first few months, like he needed me so close all the time that I didn't really feel like I can leave the house alone at all. And I think only maybe when he was just like 6 months, I was able to actually say, okay, I'm going to a yoga class. No, at first I just went to a to a coffee shop, and I just took my notebook and I went and I sat there, and the coffee shop is 2 streets away. So I knew that if anything, my husband needs me, I can come in 5 minutes. I'm here.
Run
And
back,
what?
run back home. To literally run.
Exactly. Yes, I was writing on my notebook, but my phone was right there where I can see it so I don't miss anything. And I remember even when I went to the first and second and also third yoga class after going back like to practicing, I told the teacher, listen, I have a baby at home. I'm gonna put my phone near me because if they need me, I'm gonna leave in the middle. And I put my phone near me, and during the class, of course, he didn't call, everything was okay, but I needed to kind of to know, that I'm not completely, they can't reach me in case they need me. It was a very difficult kind of stage to allow myself to do that, and it wasn't just guilt, there was fear there as well. Like, what if they need me and they don't know what to do? What if he's crying for an hour and I'm gone, I'm doing yoga? It was really this kind of, to not just let go of that need to control, and to trust my partner that he would know what to
Yeah.
do, and to trust my baby that even if he cries and he's held by his father, he's not left alone somewhere, nobody know yet, like
He's okay.
he's
Yeah,
okay.
he's being taken care
um
of.
and then also to feel that I'm coming back to my body, and I deserve that, and that's okay, and that's kind of rebuilding that sense of I can do it, because it was also about my giving birth that had a lot of I had a really difficult injury with giving birth, and um, my body was really weak, so I had to kind of rebuild that strength in myself, that my body can do it and that I can do it. um,
And the
but
trust, I think,
the
too.
trust in my body,
Yeah.
yeah, there was a lot of trust work in my body, in my partner, in everything. There was a lot
Mhm.
of trust work there. But of course, the priority, the part of like prioritizing it for me came when I felt like I don't remember who I am anymore. And I think that when something like that happens, like when you give birth or there's a really big life change, there is a little part of you, or sometimes it's a big part of you, that it's not the way it used to be anymore. You're transitioning into someone new, and it's also an invitation to become someone new, but it's also very difficult, very scary sometimes, because you shed a big part of yourself and you don't know what that new you looks like. And that's an
Yeah.
invitation for trust, and it's an invitation for rediscovery. But it's also a place where we need to understand what we prioritize, because if we don't prioritize exactly what we said before, the things that must happen will push themselves forward, and we will forget to build ourselves the way we want to, and not just kind of whatever life throws at us.
You just remind me something. I know that you know that, but I want to share because I think it's important. Um, each one of us have different priorities. I mean, it's just different, okay? Because we are different people, and I know that sometimes the things that I prioritize, people around me and close people to me don't understand, and they sometimes they even they tell me that I shouldn't and that I'm wrong prioritizing that. And one of the things that I experienced it with is breastfeeding.
Mm-hmm.
um, I was struggling with breastfeeding with my first daughter, and then the second one, she was amazing in it. I don't know how, but she just did it by herself immediately. Just 2 seconds after giving birth, they put it on me, and she just turned her head. she caught it and she just started eating. And and then my boy came, Ariel, my third child, and he was doing well. I mean, he got it. Okay, it's not like it was the first one. She was too small. She wasn't able to eat properly. So he was eating good. And the first week, I noticed that every time that I'm feeding him, the two girls, my daughters, are jumping behind me. Like I was sitting on the sofa, so they were standing one here and one that side and one the other, and jumping on the sofa. So he was holding my breast in his mouth,
Mm-hmm.
and he was doing like that, looking at them, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I found myself every time that I was breastfeeding him yelling at them, go away, leave me alone. What are you doing? And just crying during
Mm-hmm.
feeding him and screaming at them. And 1 week, that's all it took, okay, to understand that I don't like the mother that I'm becoming to my older daughters, and which are not old at all. One of them, the older one was 6, and the second one was 3. So they were little girls, and they were just happy to see their brother eating, and they were making him laugh because he was looking at them, and he was so, with he opened his eyes, and they were so happy that he's looking at. They were like, he's looking at me. No, look at me now. Look at me. And they were trying to
Mm-hmm.
get his attention, so they were doing that on purpose, but they didn't mean that it's going to hurt me.
Of course, no.
And after, I remember a few days after, I said to myself, and I think I talked to you and to our sisters about it, and I told them, I can't do that anymore. I just can't, because I'm becoming this angry mom at them. I just keep on shouting at them, and I'm feeding him like 6, 8 times a day. So all the time, except for when they're sleeping. So during all the day, every 2 hours, I'm screaming at them and
Mm-hmm.
screaming like crazy because it really hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that I talked to our sister, and she said, it's really good for him. Your milk is the best food for him. And I remember, yes, but I'm such a bad mom to them right now. I felt so guilty about it. And I said to myself, what am I going to prioritize here? And I said, okay, I understand that I don't want to be that mother. I can't, this is the kind of guilt that I can't deal with. Okay, screaming at them all the time. And I can feed him with a bottle, and I can even teach them to feed him with a bottle, and it will make them closer. And someone else can also do that, and I will have more time with them, because I didn't have time with them at all. The first week he's eating
Yeah, no, of course.
all the time. He's bonded to me, and he's all the time with me. And I decided that this is actually going to help me be a better mom to them too, not just to him. And it was a very difficult decision to make. And I remember that I had the pills in my hands, the one to
Mm-hmm.
stop the milk. And I was looking at them for a long time until I took them. But then after I did it, and just I think about 2 weeks later, I told myself this was the best decision that I could make for all my kids, for my family, for even to the relationship with me and my husband, because he was angry at me that I'm screaming at them like that. And I get it, because I was really angry at them, and really frustrated about the whole situation. And that was a difficult decision to make, but I had to prioritize what is the right thing for me. And I'm telling you this because the people that are listening to us and will in the future, because the way we prioritize things, it has to do with our core values. What are the things that are important to you? Other people might see it differently from what you think, and they tell you that it's wrong and try to convince you otherwise. But you have to be strong, because you know what is right for you. And after you'll make the decision and you'll change things, you'll get a feedback from your body if it was the
Yeah.
right decision for you. For you, if it's not, you will feel it. You will feel it. Give it some time, and you will feel it. And I think when we prioritize things, our body is just an amazing compass to show us if we're on the right
Mm-hmm.
direction or not. And before we do that, also, noticing that we're not in the right direction.
Yeah, our body just knows everything, and we just need to get used to listening to it, following its guidance, and even with choosing what is right for me to prioritize right now. Because sometimes we try to prioritize through the mind, and that's going back to our to-do list, saying this is important right now.
Yeah.
What are the important topics in life? Okay, here I know what's important. One, two, three. But inside, we have this calling to put our energy somewhere else. Maybe inside we have this feeling that now is the right time for my family to start moving in a certain direction, and I actually need to do other actions to go there, even if it's not on my to-do list at all. I can share, like, for example, that for me, one of my dreams in life has been to have a home where I can grow my fruits and my vegetable, where I can grow a nice amount of our food. And we live right now in Berlin, in the center of the city. And there's this kind of feeling of inside me, like, do I want to go in this direction, or do I want to stay in the center of the city? And that's something that it's not going to happen if I don't prioritize that. And I need to check within myself, in my body, and in my energy, in my feelings, right? What is happening inside me when I think of going in this direction? Does it feel good? Do I want to put my energy there, or does it feel good to go in another direction? So this prioritizing, like, I go back to what I said in the beginning about prioritizing the life that we want to live, and it's not just the things that we already have in life, these topics of my relationship with my mom, my relationship with my partner, and my health, my da da da. It's not just this. It's like always looking at our life as a whole. How do I want to live my life? And is there a part in there that I need to give my energy to in order to build that life, in order to be that person, that woman, to become that woman that I feel called to become, right?
It's amazing. It's amazing that you're talking about it, because this I just heard so many podcasts in the past 3 days specifically about it, and just now it's connecting in my mind because you just said that. I haven't noticed that this is the topic we're going to talk about, and it's so connected. But it's exactly that. I mean, the person that I want to become, in order to become that person, I need to make steps toward that person. So taking care of the laundry and taking my kids to school, and taking them to afternoon activities and all that, it's important, yes. But
But it's not
where
a
do
part of that.
yeah, it's not and it's not going to disappear. I mean, all the chores, they're not going to disappear. If you will see my schedule, you know that every single day I have at least 4 or 5 things that are not connected to my work, that are related to home and to my kids, that I need to
But
do. They are in my
that's
schedule.
life. That's daily
Yeah,
life. Laundry is there, food is there, cleaning the it's not
yeah,
going
going
anywhere.
to buy the groceries, that's life. And if I won't put, and I have that every day between 1 and 2, and it's noon, I have 1 hour that I put there, my private things that I'm asking myself, like, okay, I have a list there. In order to become that person, what are the things that I need to do? So if you want to move, like the example that you gave, so once a day, you need to do and to take an action to get to that person, to become that person. This is how I do it. Like once a day, I do even a small action, because there's no small steps. Every step is important. So I tell myself, okay, what is the one step that you're going to do today? And if I do something each and every day, eventually it makes a lot of steps. It's a unique jump. It's a big jump.
Accumulate.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a good thing that you said that, because we need to prioritize also the growth that we
The
want.
grow. Yeah.
Yeah, that we want to go through, and the changes, and the person that we want to become, the small things, like if it's to register to the gym. Okay, if you want to take care of your body, is it to register to a course, to a membership, to be part of community, to do something that
Yeah.
you know that is going to take you to the next step.
Yeah.
So what is that thing? If you ever stop and ask yourself, people that are watching, you can write in the comment, if you ever stop and ask yourself, what is the one step that I can do today or tomorrow?
I think first you need to have clarity on where you want to go, who you want to become.
Yeah, but that's a
Because
different live. That's not this one.
no, but we are going to have a live about that. I can tell you now, and
Okay.
because this is December, right? It's coming to the new year and new beginning and
All right.
opportunity to rebuild yourself. So it's coming soon in this month, December. But yeah, to prioritize, go back to what you're saying, to the
Yes. So
steps.
just to summarize it, to prioritize one step every day to help you become the person that you want to be. This is what I wanted to say. And I know I think about life, and again, I have 4 kids, so I see how the prioritizing is changing. I mean, we have a new baby. Obviously, the first few months is just all about him or her, and you need to, yeah, you put him first because he's crying. Okay, he
Mm.
doesn't have the ability to wait. He doesn't understand time yet. But then I have older kids now, so I can tell them, wait, I need some time for myself now. And I give them the example that taking time for yourself and taking care of yourself is important. And telling them, listen, I'm not going to take you today to your friend because today I'm going to the gym and I won't be able to bring you back home. So it's okay because they understand, they are in an age that they can understand that. So I think that also it happens to us all the time that we start doing something and then we get used to it. It becomes a habit. And then we don't understand we don't have to do it like that anymore. Like when we have a new baby, so the first few months, like when is the time to take him to his another room? Like it doesn't have. I have friends that are like, I haven't noticed, but he's with me over 2 years now, and I'm like, why? You have another room in your house? Have you not thought about it? And she's like, yeah, I kind of get used to it, but then it affects our relationship, and I'm like, okay, so maybe it's the time now. So sometimes we don't even notice that we have this habit, that we got used to it because that was the need at that time, but it might not be the need anymore.
Mhm. It's important to check. It's important to check because, of course, we can have. I mean, we each have our own different way to do things. Maybe, I
Yeah.
mean, I can tell you. Well, we don't have an extra room at the moment, but I can tell you that for me, I would choose. I still do choose to have my baby with me in our room when he's 1.5. But that's because I truly believe and feel that that's right for me.
Yeah.
But the
We're
point
different.
is to be aware. Yeah, yes. The point is to be aware of why you're choosing and to make sure that it's a choice and not something that, like you said, kind of I didn't notice it becoming a habit, but I'm actually consciously choosing it because I still do feel that that's aligned with the way I want to live and with the things that I believe that are right for me and for him in this moment. And you talk about young children, and I really believe that before the explanation, the live example with young children is how they learn, right? And if they see that you go to Pilates and you come back and you're happy and you're relaxed, well, first of all, they learn mom knows how to listen to her body. She knows her needs. They learn sports is healthy. And they learn that when you listen to yourself, you're more there for them, you're more balanced. So they see that you did something good for yourself. And when they're old enough, yes, you can explain to them that now is my time to take care of my body, to take care of my soul. That's how I do it, by going to Pilates and taking some time to myself. But just being in your presence in that space of I went and now I'm back and I'm happy, they can see it. They will sense it. They will learn it even if you don't say it. And I think
Yeah.
that maybe we can give a moment to talk about the guilt that might come up when we start prioritizing these things that might create a little bit of like inner resistance. Our body might be like, yeah, but should I leave my kids and go to do Pilates? Should I take a little bit time off from, I don't know, whatever, doing the laundry and focus on the person and the woman that I want to become and what steps I can take there? Because what would happen with the laundry? What would happen with the dishes if I sit and take care of my future
For the
self?
the Smurfs to come and clean my dishes. They're not coming. If you can send them, please.
We'll send some Smurfs over to clean your house while you
Yeah,
go and become the new woman you want to be.
yeah. Well, do my Pilates. Yeah, yeah. It's. I think, like I said, for me, prioritizing is something that I do all the time, and I kind of check it with myself almost every single day. I think because I'm independent and I own a business for 15 years.
Self-employed, yeah.
Yeah, self-employed, independent, it's the same thing, right?
I,
Um, yeah,
yeah,
in Hebrew, it's the same word. So yeah,
yeah.
um, because I'm doing that for 15 years, every morning I check my list and I prioritize it. So it's it makes a lot of sense for me to do it at work. So it's easier for me to practice it also with other things. Although sometimes, as everyone else, I have my habits and then I need to check them. But I think that for me, like you were starting to talk about guilt, for me, the most difficult thing is people criticism. Okay, because I really sometimes I hear it and I'm like, okay, that doesn't belong to me. That's his, it's hers, it's not mine, it's not who I am. I know that. But
Mhm.
sometimes it kind of pushes my buttons.
Mm.
Like the examples that I said with the Pilates, that I brought a babysitter and someone told me, you're paying to go to the Pilates and you're paying
Mm.
also babysitting. So you
Double, double
yes,
paying.
double paying. I mean, like, okay, don't go. You will save so much money. And I was like, yeah, but I won't do my Pilates. And then she said to me, the next sentence was, you've learned how to be a Pilates teacher. Do it at home. And I was like, yeah, but and then I kind of struggled. And I like, but I don't want to. And I was like, oh, she's
It's
annoying.
not the same. It is not the same getting out of the house, getting dressed, feeling that it's time for you, being in a group where you're doing it together. Someone else is there to guide you. It's not the same. I know I'm a yoga teacher, and it's not the same to do it at home by myself than to go to a group and be a part of the energy of the group, a part of the community, right? We know how to do self growth on our own, but being a part of a membership like our membership, which maybe is a good time to invite our lovely women to the Blooming membership, where
Oh,
we
it's
grow
probably the waiting
together.
list now. Yeah, sign into the
Yeah,
waiting list.
yeah. So we know how to grow on our own, but it's so much better doing it together. Yeah.
It's just different, it gives you so much strength. And I think we talk about it a lot in our membership, to celebrate the wins, and the small wins and the big wins. They are important and equally important. And um, going out of the house, even though I know how to do the Pilates with myself at home, and I know how to work out, and I have the discipline to do it every day because I also do that in the mornings. But going out of the house and putting myself in the top of the list and saying, right now, this is 1 hour that I take for myself because
Mhm.
I am important, I see that as a win.
It's a win.
Prioritizing my health and the way I feel about my body, because it's related. Because when I work out, I feel better about myself. I look in the mirror and I love myself more. So prioritizing myself, it's a win, in my opinion. What do you
No,
think?
of course, it's one of the biggest wins because as moms, usually the first thing to drop is us. The first thing to
Yeah.
drop is my needs, my health. I mean, I'm probably not going to stop eating altogether, right? Because I need to eat, but I can eat shit, right? But I can stop working out. That's something that is very easily dropped. So putting that on the top of the list and saying, no, this is a non negotiable because the way I feel matters, because my body being strong and healthy matters, because I want to move my body and feel joyful. Saying that these things are important is a huge win because what it's actually saying is I don't forget myself. I choose not to forget myself, and that's a very powerful thing to say.
There is this saying, I don't know who said that. You can do everything in life, but you can't do it all at once.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's just straight to it. Right. Yeah. Accurate. I do believe that I can do everything that I want. I can achieve anything that I want. And prioritizing. Yeah.
Where do you choose to put your energy now? And like we said in the beginning, it will change throughout life. It's not
Yeah.
a one line fits everything, and it's not one line fits all the time. And that's why it's important to keep checking. But I think the bottom line is that prioritizing is not making a list of things that needs to be done. It's choosing what is the most important for you to put your energy in. Where do you need to be present in your energy right now? It's not another to-do list. It's not
Yeah.
another
It's
to-do list.
not, we don't want you to go to the guilt if you don't do it.
No,
Right.
and we also don't want you to stay in the checklist of house and work and all of these things, but to actually look at your life as a whole and understand where you want to put your energy in right now. Okay, so drop
Yeah.
the laundry and the dishes. That's not a part of your prioritizing
Not today.
thing today. No, not at this moment.
It just remind me of a thought that I had on this Saturday, because we have here in where I live, we have a new studio here for Pilates and Zumba and all kind of things, and it's new. So I registered on this Saturday. I just registered, and I looked at the schedule, and there is every day there are like 3 classes, and immediately what I did, uh, at first, I took like every day I wrote in my schedule 2 classes. Like I signed in to 2 classes a day. Yeah, I
Every
know it's
day.
great. Yeah, yeah, that's what I did.
Okay.
Um, and then I kind of went with it for the entire day. And on Sunday, I was looking at my schedule, because Sunday is the first day of work here in Israel. So I was looking at my schedule. I was like, oh my God, I just made it one of my to-do list. Like it's too much. What am I doing? Why am I doing that? And immediately I changed it. It will be balanced. Like, one day I will do that, and the next day I won't. So I'll have rest. And if there's something that I really like, so I put it first. So I was looking at it and I was thinking, like, why did I do that? And the immediate answer was that I'm so used to taking care of so many things that it kind of went to like I said, to become a to-do list. Like,
Habit.
yeah, yeah, it
I need to
was.
do all of this.
I need to do that. Yeah, I have to. It became like I have to. I have to
Mhm.
do that because I registered and I'm going to pay and I want to look good and I'm going to take care of my body. So I have to go all in. And then I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, but you're going to be so exhausted and you don't want to get there. I mean, you want it to nourish you. So
Mhm.
I thought about it on Sunday and I said, like, which one of these things that I really in the schedule is going to nourish me and I'm going to have fun doing? And then all of a sudden I changed it. And now I look at it and I'm like, it seems so nice. That makes
Mm.
me happy. Look at the schedule now. And before I just put everything on it, because we are so used to having all at once, all those things taken care
Yeah.
of.
All or
So
nothing kind of.
it became a mission instead of became, yeah, being something fun.
Yeah. Yeah. There's another thing that I want to kind of a little bit touch on, and like the language that we use when we speak that to ourselves and to our children. And I noticed that lately, my husband is always telling my little boy when I'm working, he's telling him, "Mom is working. She can't be with you right now." And it makes me angry when he says that, because it kind of sounds like, it
Does
makes
it
it
have
sound
time for
like
you?
work is taking mom away from you. Like that's the way it sounds in my head when he's saying it. Mom is working. She can't be with you right now. And I kind of want to find a new way to say that, like how can I rephrase that in a way where he understands mom is working? That means she does something that she enjoys. She does something that's good for her. She's growing. And I'm with you now. Daddy is with you. It's not because like mom is working, so she can't be with you. So here I am. Mom is enjoying growing. Let's have fun together. Me and you, daddy. We're here
Yeah.
together. Because language
Or
is
like,
so
or maybe even
important.
just it's our time now.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to say anything about you at the moment. You just can say it's fun time with dad.
Yeah. Yeah. Because again, the language is just so important. The way that we say it, like you said, it became a mission, right? The feeling
Yeah,
behind that, like it became, I have to do it instead of like this is something that is nourishing me and I choose how much and what and when and how. That kind of rephrasing the way we look at it. And also
yeah,
to our children, because if you're saying mom chooses to go to do Pilates now so that she can relax and feel stronger and feel great about her body rather than I can't I don't know, I have to get out of the house, I'm going to Pilates. Like it's such a different
yeah. A
way to
lot of
phrase it.
awareness to the words that we say, I think, and I know that I'm doing the best that I can to be aware of that. But many times I say things that afterwards I'm like, why did I say that?
Yeah.
And yeah, and also choosing. I think that what I do most of the time is that I'm trying to use the word choosing, and then it shows them that it was my decision, that it
Hmm.
was something that I wanted. So I tell them like, I'm choosing to go to the Pilates right now, and not I have to. And
Hmm.
and also I tell them like, um, I'm choosing now to clean the kitchen, although it may many times doesn't feel like I'm choosing like I have to, but I'm trying to say it out loud, like I'm choosing to clean the kitchen because it makes me feel good that when I wake up in the morning, the kitchen is
It's clean.
clean. And I don't want to
Hmm.
go to sleep and then wake up in the morning and see all the mess because it's going to stress me
Yeah.
on the first thing on the day, on the first thing on the morning to see all that mess. So I rather do it now. So
Yeah.
just giving them another perspective, like not saying I have to, and just saying I'm choosing to. Or
Hmm.
another thing that I tell them is like when I'm doing the laundry, and obviously we have a lot of laundry. So just say like, ah, God bless how many clothes I have to fold here because I have four beautiful kids. And I say that to myself, first of all, because I'm thinking like Yafet, you're blessed to have four. You're blessed that
That
you have
comes with a
clothes.
lot of clothes.
Yeah, you're blessed that they have clothes, that you have the money to buy clothes. It's not something to take for granted. You're blessed that they are here with you, living with you, because all these things they're not take for granted, really. And saying that to myself, or even when I'm washing the dishes, saying to myself, thank God I have food to give them. Yes, I have a lot of pans to wash right now. Yeah, a lot of plates and the glasses, a lot of things to wash right now. But yeah, thank God that I have them, and I have
Mhm.
food to, and I have dishwasher, but sometimes not wash. So saying thank you for those things, it kind of changed the perspective about it. And also to prioritize, because sometimes I can tell my kids, listen, I'm not going to wash that today. And they will be like, Mom, seriously? Are you feeling ill? And I'm like, no, I just really want to go and watch television right now. So yeah, it's gonna stay here. All the best.
Yeah. So I think we're getting to the end of our live today. And I want to invite our beautiful listeners and viewers, first of all, to know that we have a free workbook for you, a guide for the blossoming mom. And this is a guide that is uh, um, a guidebook with the 11 most burning questions and challenges that moms, just like us, just like you, face every day, questions that you probably have been asking yourself for a long time. And we share tools and insight and mindset shifts on how to work through and grow through these challenges. You can download that free book, that free guide workbook in the description. In the description, you'll find the link for it, the guide for the blossoming mom. And of course, our
It's
membership.
completely free. It's completely
It's
free. So
completely for free. Yeah. Mhm.
so after you register, just send it to another friend that you love, or a sister that you want to be happy to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we want to invite you to leave your comment down below and let us know what you are prioritizing for your life right now. What is the thing that you want to put your energy in, for the life that you want to live?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to become who you truly want to become.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just say that sentence because you said it at the beginning. Prioritizing is an action. Okay. Even when you think that you didn't prioritize because you didn't choose, you did. Not choosing is prioritizing. Okay. Maybe not what you want to, but just be aware of that. So prioritizing is an action of love to yourself and also to the people that you love, because then you have more energy for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So thank you for being here with us today. We love you, and we'll see you next week in another live
We'll see
stream.
you, and go and grab your workbook, your free workbook, because it is amazing. It is really, truly. Just take it. It's a
Beautiful.
gift.
Yeah.
Yes. Bye. See you
Bye.
soon.